How we doing out there? I'm serving the Most High. You know, I had a little conversation today, and it was over pride. The understanding of how pride comes to a fall. And the thing that people don't really realize that you may have a loved one, you may have a friend, um, just somebody in your life that you were close with, and then somehow pride, Beelzebub, got in between there, the demon. And the way he got you spun up, and the way he got them spun up. Somebody in between that, there's somebody that has more pride than the other. It may be you, it may be them. And justifiably you might not can go back there. Because it might have been witchy woo-haw. And you recognized it didn't serve you no longer. Or it just might have been just a misunderstanding. Maybe somebody thinks that they're a patriarch or more savvy than you are. You got to understand that how this works. That maybe they may have lost you, maybe lots of people. And they're still spun up over the problem or the issue. The point of it being is that you go back to understand that maybe I need to touch base with this person. Maybe I need to try to get this hatchet buried and get them out of their spin cycle, helping them. And like I said, maybe you can't go back because it is a situation where all decrees and all words fly out, and you know that it's just not possible. That their pride is more than their understanding is. It's all about the flesh. It's an ego. And the thing about it is that when a person has that, they don't see nothing else, that they're just right. All about whatever they do and whatever they say and whatever they understand. Well, understand it kind of from my point of view, I understand that because I had to get rid of everybody in my life. You know, it wasn't easy. But when you understand the term of the point of pride, the point of it is that that is the flesh, that is Satan, and he's all over that. And people say, I can't see the forest for the trees. That's the point of pride. They never do see the forest for the trees. You spend time with the Father, and you send them your prayers. You pray for them. You say, Father, I hope these people get out of that because I'd hate to see them to be miserable the rest of their life. And the thing about it is that it makes the body sick. You see them one day that they're this way, and then you see them a year later and they're just, completely different. They look different. It's kind of it's a wild thing is what it is. And it's a choice. And you can go back to try to state your opinion, just being a good person to try to say, okay, I'm going to try this, and I'm just going to tell you that I love you, and I hope you get out of this, and the whole 9 yards. But you got to realize at that point, whether it's going to be a calm situation or the situation is just going to keep spiraling. And that's something they have to deal with the Father. And you can tell them that. I come over here to say that, look, I know pride becomes a fall. And I know that you don't understand that you think you're right. And you think all these services and all this that you do is just so glorious. But pride has got you blinded. And you spend time with the Father. You need to spend time with the Father. And leave it at that. And say, I love you. And just walk away. And maybe they get out of it, or maybe they don't. It's sad is what it is. The point of the flesh just wants what it wants. The problem of indwelling sin. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid, the Most High, righteous and loved. Nay, I had not known sin, but the law. For I had not known lust, except the law had said, Thou shalt not covet. But the sin taketh occasion by the commandments, wrought in me all manner of concupiscence. For without the law sin was dead. For I was alive without the law once. But when the commandment came, sin revived, and I died. For sin taketh occasion by the commandment, deceiveth me, and by it slew me. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good. Was then which is good made death unto me? God, the Most High, righteous and loved, forbid. But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceedingly simple. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would that do I not. But what I hate, that do I. We're all sinners. Point blank. Understanding the flesh carries sin. And that's just a fact. And the thought of it, of what the flesh wants. You sit there and you think that, kind of like pride, kind of like lust. You go, well, that's something in your mind and your heart that just went across your mind. And what it is a dart that Satan throws to kind of keep you focused on that. And then it'll pop in your head as you're walking down the road or doing this, that, and the other. Understand, I guess I could say like pop-ups on the cell phone. Because I'm sitting here teaching faith-based about everything I do, and then all of a sudden down there in the little bottom part, there'll be naked women, and they're doing this on purpose. But don't worry, I don't turn my head. I just click, it's over with. But in youth, you see things in a different light. That's the whole point of understanding. I knew not the law when I was young or when I was a kid. Sure, we took somebody's candy bar, then we got reprimanded. They say, hey, if you want a candy bar, I'll get you one. The understanding of how this works against you, and the point of understanding the commandments, the understanding of sin, precepts, statutes, commandments, testimonies, spending time with the Father, and understanding what's going on around you in your world. It's a trip. It's what it is. To stand upright, mercy, compassion, truth, honor, justice, righteousness, charity, and love in your heart for everybody. It's a task, but that's what you have to have. And the point of it is that that's just the way it is. That's what the Father wants. And what the Father wants, the Father gets, And it's a truth that you have as men and women, kings and queens, princes and princesses, emperors and empresses. Trying to understand how to be a prince to a knight to a king, same way as a princess is going to be a princess and a queen. and Empress, these choices have to be made in all those things. And you have to live that. Or guess what? You invite pride, you invite lust, you invite disarray into your household. And then it just flourishes from there, from one person to another person, to aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, until somebody completely cuts you off and they go somewhere else and they say, I can't be around that. Well, that's the same thing as pride, how it works. Spun up in their head. They don't know how to get out. And that's how Satan works. He works on one person to destroy everybody in a household. Actually, what he wants to do is he'll destroy the man and the woman just to get to the children. And that's what he's done all this time. So understand how this is working against you in all these manners. And the thing about it is, this is what it's about. The problems of the indwelling sin. It's not by you not understanding. You understand. You've been told and you've been taught. Maybe you don't know Jesus. Maybe you're a pagan. Maybe you're an atheist. Maybe you're a Satanist. Maybe you're in covenants. Maybe you're doing it. But if you're listening to my voice, you're on the wrong channel. The thing about it is that once you heard the Father, the word of the Father, you're spun up now. That's fact. So understand, good people, you don't have to worry about it. If you are lukewarm, then it's for you to understand that you have to spend time with the Father now. It is very crucial to spend time with the Father. His remnant is here. He's checking everybody. Or somebody is. Let's put it that way. His frequency is saturated. Anyways, understand how all this stuff works, okay? The thing about it is, if you can help somebody, help somebody. If you know you can't go there, you just can't go there. Just keep them in your prayers. Be good to people. You're the wonderful children of God. You're the wonderful people that He put here. And you're amazing people. You just got to give that one little shove just to help somebody. And maybe that pushes them to where they just start flourishing. Okay? So anyways, I got you here for about 13 minutes. A little long, but anyways, spend time with the Father, spend time in precepts, statutes, commandments, testimonies, and just be wonderful people, because you are, and you are worthy. Spend time with the Father to get that inheritance woke up. I promise you won't forget it, or you won't give it up once you get it. That's a fact. But anyhow, the Father loves you. I love you. Y'all have a good day. Bye.